channel. Today I wanted to go ahead and sit down and do our baby regrets. So back, I think maybe a week or two ago, I don't know when it's getting uploaded, but I filmed my baby must-haves video. I'll go ahead and link that down below, and that's kind of everything that I felt was really needed for those first 3 to 4 months. So this is everything that we got for Rowan that we kind of didn't really use or wish we had something else in replace of that. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is actually his play mat. So obviously we do use his play mat because we have to do tummy time, but I actually kind of wish we had one of those, I don't even know what the name for it is. Oh, like one of those tummy time, I guess it could be like a toy. I don't know. It's usually like a little pyramid, like a triangle kind of thing. Triangular prism, is that the name for it? I don't know. Something like that. And it has like a mirror on it and like a bunch of different colors and stuff like that. Because honestly, you could just lay him on a blanket and he'd be a lot more interested in that than he is the stuff that's hanging. Just because when I think about it, on the tummy time mats, they usually have like little bars that come over the mat, and they have like things dangling from it, like mirrors and little stuffed animals that make noises. And obviously when you do tummy time, they're not laying on their back, they're laying on their stomach, and really all they have to interest them on their stomach laying like that is a mirror, and it's not really getting them to want to lift their head up. It's just kind of flat on the floor, so all they have to do is look down. I need something that's going to encourage him to kind of look up and want to roll around and things like that. The next thing is actually wooden toys. So I got him a couple of these like wooden teether toys just because I feel that wood's a lot better than like the plastic and stuff like that. But he hates them. He has no interest, specifically because it's just plain like natural wood. So there's no like fun colors to it. There's nothing, and he has absolutely zero interest in them. Honestly, I kind of wish I just had saved my money and not gotten these for him. But oh well. So the next thing that I regret buying too much of is swaddles. We didn't really use the swaddles that much. Sure, they're cute and great for pictures, but at night and during the day when he was a baby, we honestly used a lot more of these swaddle me's, you know, those easy swaddles with the wings that just kind of go around on him. Those worked so much better. They were a lot more easy, and at night it made it so much more simple to change him and get him swaddled up versus constantly having to play around with the fabric at night and try to get him in it and then hope that he doesn't break out of it throughout the night. He never really broke out of the swaddle me's. So I definitely suggest kind of steering away from getting too many swaddles. Maybe get a couple for some cute pictures, especially when he's a newborn. But otherwise, try and get a lot more of the swaddle me's and things that'll make your life a little bit easier. The next thing that I regret getting is an electric pump. Honestly, I hated my electric pump. I felt like I got a lot more milk out of my breast using a manual pump. So honestly, try to steer away from an electric pump if you can. Obviously, if you're going back to work or something like that, it might be a little bit easier to have an electric pump. It could have just been the pump that I had. I heard a lot of really great things about the Spectra pumps. I got a Mandela Freestyle pump. I don't know, it just felt like it didn't really work too well for me. So next time I would probably get a Spectra, and I want to try that brand. But I guess steer away from the Mandela Freestyle personally. That's just my opinion. I use the Mandela manual pumps, and that worked so much better when I was breastfeeding. Initially, I was going to get a Spectra pump, but then when I was in the hospital, I used like the big Mandela pump that they have, like it's like, you know, like thousands and thousands of dollars. I used that just because they offered it to me to get my milk supply to come in, and it worked amazing. So I was convinced Mandela must be great, but honestly, the Mandela Freestyle pump that I had didn't work too great for me. So next time, I'm definitely gonna try out the Spectra, but it's definitely up to you guys to kind of figure out what's best for you. But I loved my manual pump over the Mandela electric pump that I had. The next thing I am so mad that I got is the fabric pacifier clips. So now we have, I'm gonna take this out of his mouth, I'm gonna be so mad. Now we have these ones that have the silicone. I definitely suggest getting those ones instead of the fabric ones, just because the fabric ones got dirty so fast. He likes to have a pacifier in his mouth during bath time, and if I put him in the bath with this pacifier clip on, and it's so hard to like take it off and put it on, so you just kind of leave it on. If I put him in the bath with it on, it would just get super wet and take forever to dry out, and I'd have to like take the pacifier off. And it was just always so much more of a hassle versus the silicone ones that you don't have to take off. You don't have to fumble around with them like that, and they're a lot easier to clean. yeah, definitely suggest the silicone ones. In addition to that, they're also good for teething. So if he's teething right now, I can go ahead and give him the clip part versus his actual pacifier, and he's super content. So that's my thoughts. The very next thing that I regret getting is teething mittens, and I actually have his right here just because it's been here. And this is what it looks like. I got it at Target. He hates it. I mean, he's teething like crazy, but he's just not interested in this one. I can give him like this part in my hand and he's totally fine with it. Not his favorite thing, but he'll chew on it. But putting his hand in it, for whatever reason, it doesn't go all the way up into the actual thing. So when he sticks it in his mouth, he just ends up chewing on the fabric part versus the actual silicone teething part. And then it's just like, what was the point? At this point, it's just a mitten on his hand getting in the way. So I didn't really love these. He didn't really love them. We find that the actual like handheld teethers are better. The banana that everyone kind of has, that works pretty good. And then like I mentioned, his silicone pacifier clip, he chews them out all the time as well. The next thing I regret getting, and honestly this is probably just because he was a spring baby. We had him in like the middle of April, so we didn't really have like a winter time with him. He wasn't really in cold weather, but that's just socks and mittens and hats. The mittens would always fall off, even though they would help obviously with the scratching, they would just always fall off. So I found that getting like the onesies that have the little things that go over their hands works so much better. And then the hats, we never used them. Like I said, it was springtime. We just never really thought of putting a hat on his head. So we never used those. And socks, the same thing. Always would fall off, and honestly, they just weren't really worth it. He never really got too cold. So those are things that we just had so many of and never really used. So I suggest maybe steering away from those unless you're having a baby in like the fall, winter time and you live in a cold climate. And the very last thing that I regret getting for Rowan was the cute pacifiers. I think the company is Bibs, that's what I got, but I think there's a lot of companies that make similar things. Just the cute like pacifiers, little plastic ones, I don't even know. The aesthetically pleasing ones, I'll have the ones that I have linked down below so you know what I'm talking about. But honestly, he hates them. I don't know if they're good like teeth-wise, like orthodontically speaking, but I used them maybe once for pictures when he was a newborn and would kind of take anything. But he hates them now, will not take one to take any pictures or anything. So I don't know, I kind of thought they were a waste. Pacifiers we use now that he, like the only pacifier he'll take are like the ma'am pacifiers. I'll have the ones that we use on the screen or linked down below so you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Bibs pacifiers, not worth it, not worth the money. He didn't really like them, but the man pacifiers he does like and he does take, and I think I read that they're good like teeth wise when his teeth start to go in. So that's that. So that is everything for this video. I hope this helped you guys kind of get an idea of maybe what you should steer away from when you go shopping for your baby, or maybe your friend who's having a baby. These are things that just really didn't work well for us, or I wish I had something else to kind of replace them, which kind of ended up being a bit of a waste of money. All that being said, make sure you guys go ahead, head on over to our Instagrams, follow us there if you want to be involved in future Q&A, because we will have a Q&A coming up once we get to Hawaii, a little bit after we've settled in. That way you guys can ask us some questions. And all of our travels in Hawaii, we're gonna be there for 3 years, so we'll have a lot of time to kind of get used to the area and do lots of fun things. And also go ahead, comment down below what your baby regret was. If you have a baby, what do you guys think was kind of a waste of money for you? And also comment some awesome video ideas for us to film once we get to Hawaii, just so we can start stocking up on videos and letting you guys see what's going on. We do plan to do like a little townhouse tour and stuff like that, but it'll probably be a little bit later down the line just because we don't know when our stuff is going to come in from here. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that, like the video and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Open up, you open.